Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, Saturday, June 22nd. Officially across the world, it's Amateur Field Day. Stations all over the world are talking to each other, so stay tuned as we look what the Northern Kentucky group did today. We'd like to ask that you please subscribe, hit the like button, and the notify to stay current with our content. Now, this is the Northern Kentucky Amateur Radio Club, and they were meeting at Lincoln Ridge Park outside of Independence, Kentucky. This is their first time here. You can see some of the antennas going up, people sitting around making notes. It hasn't quite kicked off yet. Everybody's getting ready, but they had stations set up for sideband, HF, 2 meters. If you were not a ham, you could do third-party traffic and make a concept with another ham, and people did that. We had a couple of visitors today. And then, of course, anytime you have a bunch of really creative guys working hard, you're going to need to bring food and drink. So there were lots of waters and coffees, donuts, and then Wendell Bailey, also part of the Northern Kentucky Amateur Radio Club, is their certified New Orleans chef, and had a good time chatting with him today. He made some good Cajun chicken, mac and cheese, tater tots, and there was one other dish, but it's a fried chicken, which I did not try. I don't eat a lot like I used to. But they had it set up in this park, and as you can see, folks with kids, the kids had places to play. They were all very well behaved and mild-mannered. And then we had amateurs all over the place getting ready, setting up, getting ready to operate. And then after we crossed the 2 p.m. in the afternoon time slot and it kicked off, everybody got busy logging. And then there's Wendell right there. Say hi, Wendell. Good man. From New Orleans like me, and there he is serving food for everybody, and it was wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. But again, Amateur Field Day is when people get out there and try to make as many contacts as you can. This was for the K4CO group, which is the Northern Kentucky Amateur Radio Group, and I think their call sign today was KA4 Kentucky for the station, the club station that we were operating. There's some more playground stuff, and there's the other pavilion. We're in the food pavilion, but that's the operating pavilion over there, and we're going to take a minute and take a look at some of the video over there of the antennas and some of the other activity. Getting around was a little interesting. The sidewalk between the two pavilions had been interrupted with some gravel. Not good for those of us in wheelchairs. But again, we had the parking lot right there, so we were able to get around and move between the two shelters. And then here they are with the antennas out in the field, staked up. There's a sloper down to a tree. The guy in the red hat and the green, that's Jack Prindle of the AB4WS radio show that you frequently hear. And there's the trailer on the backside. And again, the playground, just kind of looking around to give you a feel for everything going on for Amateur Radio Day. It's a time when a lot of people get on the air. It's a lot of time when first timers can get on the air. And the good thing about that is you have experienced hams here who'll be happy to hold your hand and walk you through the process so that you learn how to be a courteous, good operator and not causing a detriment to the other people on the air. And there are some of the other antennas back in the field on the back side of the pavilion, staked out, ready to go, and there were people working and making contacts all over the place. Matter of fact, one of the other XYLs, who was a ham, took my wife under her wing and let her and helped her make a contact and then transferred it off to one of the gentlemen. So she had a good QSO with somebody else, very brief, but just enough to log it and everything in. So again, folks, this is the Northern Kentucky Amateur Radio Club. They were in Lincoln Ridge Park outside of Independence, Kentucky today, June 22nd, the start of the Field Day Worldwide 2024. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's what hams look like when they're out in the field having fun. New location, but they've got all their equipment set up, cables run everywhere, and folks are looking forward to having a good time, making a lot of contacts, and having the social interaction that hams really enjoy when they get together for a combined purpose. And a lot of young hams, a lot of teenagers, we had children. This is a family affair. They're learning their way, and again, everybody there today was good-natured and mild-mannered and nice people to chat with, and we had a lot of good conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you found all this useful and informative about an amateur radio field day event. This is what they look like, and this will run all the way through tomorrow, Sunday at 2 p.m. So there'll be folks here all night working the radios. Thanks for watching, and I'm hoping you're having a fun day, even though it is kind of warm in Ohio and Kentucky today. Thanks for watching.
Forget buying expensive toys for your kittens and cats. We find that just taking the aircraft spruce box and the paper on the tile floor is more than enough amusement for them for hours.